Researchers are warning that people who stop using weight loss jabs like Mounjaro or Wegovy can rapidly put all the weight back on that they've lost, around 4 times faster compared to traditional.
Right, 4 times faster. That's quite a lot. And that is a lot in fast amount of time, which can't be good for you. But let's go on. Now, like and subscribe. Basically, we're going to watch this together. And I bit my tongue, sorry. Watch this together and give each other, we'll talk about it, discuss it in the comments and go over it. I just saw this there today and I thought, all right, let's watch it together and see how it goes, right? So let's go.
Dieting and exercising. Data published in the British Medical Journal suggests that on average, patients are back to their original weight within 2 years of finishing treatment. Jim Reed reports.
All right, 2 years. All right, so I've lost 42 pounds in 6 months. So if it takes me 2 years to put that on, not so bad. But in general, that is dangerous. And it depends on who you are. So this is dramatic. I'm not saying it ain't and it ain't true, because it is true, but they're only giving us the stats of the negative rather than the positive so far.
1 in every 35 adults in the UK, or 1.6 million people, have used the latest weight loss jabs in the last year. Brands like Mounjaro.
That's a lot of people. I didn't realise that many people are on it yet in the UK, but I suppose with the last year, I reckon it's probably gone crazy. Do you know what I mean? Because I hadn't even heard of the word Mounjaro until last February or March, April even. I knew of Wegovy, but not anyway.
And Wegovy have changed the way that society is tackling obesity and dieting. Darren Ratcliffe weighed more than 22 stone when he first began his treatment.
I was 21 stone about 2 years ago. I got down to 19. I don't even know how, but I just stayed there. So he's roughly what I was.
Taking them in February 2024, and I was taking them for somewhere between 6 and 8 months in total. Over that period of time, I lost about 4 stone.
But when he stopped the injections, he told the BBC that some of the weight did come back.
I put about 1 stone on in probably around a month, so pretty rapid. When I started taking...
Putting a stone on in a month, just so you know, even if you're not on Mounjaro, which he's not, is bad for you. I mean, you lot ain't stupid. I know you're smarter than me, but you know it ain't. That's bad in that short a time. Yeah, that's bad. It can't be good for you. Being fat is bad anyway, but that much, that quick, that was my problem anyway.
You know, I expected to put some weight back on because I thought there was going to be an adjustment. Expecting some to go on was in my mind. How quick it went on wasn't.
Researchers at the University of Oxford looked back at 37 previous clinical trials involving 9,000 people. Those on the latest weight loss jabs did lose 15 kilograms, or just under 2.5 stone, on average during their treatment. But people who then stopped the medication put on 10 kilograms over the next year and were projected to be back to their original size within 18 months. That weight gain was 4 times faster than for those on a more conventional diet.
Yeah, we all know it's a magic drug, but I see what they're talking about, but I have something to say about this. But let's watch the rest of the video first. Might say what I was going to say.
Research has shown is these drugs are really helpful in losing weight, but they're not a silver bullet. They're not a magic solution forevermore. When people stop the treatment, the weight goes back on surprisingly quickly. So you really need to think about these as part of a much longer term strategy to help you control your weight.
The researchers say that some patients on weight loss jabs...
She was right about the strategy, the long-term thing, but we'll get to that.
...may need to stay on the treatment for life. Others could need more support to make permanent changes to their diet and lifestyle. The 2 big drug companies involved, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, do accept that when the injections are stopped, weight can return. Both say many other long-term conditions, such as high blood pressure and diabetes, also need ongoing treatment. Jim Reed, BBC News.
Researchers are warning that people
All right.
who stop using weight loss jabs like Mounjaro or Wegovy can rapidly...
All right, so what they said was basically people put weight on a lot of weight on 4 times faster apparently. But what I was going to say is look, they're only talking about the negative, and it is negative, of course it is, but there's probably a lot of success stories, and I just want to point out that this is why it's so important that we all need a plan. Yeah, I've already started my plan, and you need to ingrain that into your brain, like exercise, because we all have to exercise. The Mounjaro just doesn't make the weight go. We all have to exercise. We all have to eat better. You can't just keep eating pizza anyway while on Mounjaro. I learned this in the first month of 2.5. Anyway, the point is we all need to get that in our head, that if you get a plan together, if you do come off it, it's ingrained, like it's what you're used to now doing. I know it's not easy, but it's something that we need to. This is something we should really know, because we don't want to put the weight on. For people who want to stay on it forever, fair enough. Now, remember this: if you do come off it, and it ain't going to work for everyone. Some people are going to explode. I probably will. I don't know. But you have to remember, if you do come off it and it's not working for you, the coming off it, well, you can always go back on it. Do you know what I mean? Don't forget that. I don't want to be on it forever. If I have to, I have to. But I feel like I'd like to come off it at some point once I hit the weight and got into a routine. I don't know, but all I know is the stats says that a lot of people are putting weight on, and I understand because the food noise comes back. But once your belly shrinks, and once that food noise comes back, and you're in that plan, just stick to it. I'm sure you can be naughty now and again, and I'm sure everyone who comes off it could put on a few pounds, but a few pounds is okay as long as it doesn't explode. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you advice. I just know that this is important. You all know it's important. Do you know what I mean? So you guys have been telling me to get the plan, but you're right. You do, because I was so stupid to so many things. I thought, take the injection, sit there, pizza. No, it doesn't work like that. We still have the exercise. So I don't know how long it takes to ingrain it, 6 months, maybe a year, but do that. Keep doing it. I'm trying to do it now. So when I do come off it, I'd be able to stick to it. Well, try. I know some people have different medical issues, so it may not be as simple for them as some people. Now, it's got rid of my diabetes, the Mounjaro, or put it into remission, is the word. So I don't want that coming back. So if I do come off it, I've got to do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't come back. So I have to stick to a plan. So I'm not giving advice. I'm just saying I think we should all bear this in mind, that stick to a plan, get it ready, because people do put weight on straight away. And don't let that scare you, by the way. That's not everyone, yeah? And it's the news, so it's got to just say the bad part, I suppose. It's dramatic. I noticed that they didn't say much of the good part. I will look up the stats myself. You should look it up too, who was the success stories, who came off it. But anyway, look, let me know what you think in the comments. Have you started the plan already? Are you on the plan? Have you come off it and put weight on? Have you come off it and stayed off it and you've been all right, stuck to the plan? Remember this, like and subscribe as usual. Buy me a coffee if you want. I'll leave the link in the description. And let's discuss this. I'll be here all day on the comments, going back and forward. Tell me anything you want. So, but for now, until next time,